okay, I got water. I'm not totally insane.
I am. Do you realize where we're starting here?
No. Oh, look.
Practically
What
my
are we
favorite...
starting?
Oh, we're starting now. It has begun. Practically my favorite game of all time at this point.
I mean, the game I still haven't touched, but I'm playing the alternate version, which is still the worst cousin.
Right.
Oh, don't worry, I'll rant on it. Assuming Will stops playing this and actually plays the bad one.
Let's put it this way. That's probably going to happen...
Never.
After we're done with this.
Assuming you're only doing the story mode.
Oh, I'm not only doing the story mode.
Like I said, assuming if it's only just story mode and nothing else. Otherwise, if you're saying you're going to do every mission...
Oh, almost every mission. Almost.
How about do not do every mission? If you say you want to do that with Hyrule, if you say you want to do that, especially with Fire Emblem Warriors, I'm gonna question your sanity.
Well, speaking of sanity, welcome to Hyrule Warriors Definitive Edition. Like,
oh
I'm
my
not
god,
kidding.
I'm
not kidding. This is practically one of my favorite games of all time. I'm not joking when I say that.
Back when this like came out, it was just like, what?
Oh, it was bizarre. But believe it or not, I have this game.
It's not a bad thing, but it was like, what?
Oh, believe me, I have this game to thank for rejuvenating my love for the Zelda series.
Hey, well, you know what I'm doing.
Gee, I wonder what you're doing. Alright, we're not
I'm
gonna waste any
playing
time.
Dynasty Warriors Monster Hunter Edition.
Alright. So, thankfully I didn't have too much of the save file because I re-deleted it so I could start fresh for the stream. Luckily, I didn't lose too much, plus I know this game in and out. We're gonna be fine.
Okay, question before you start. What's my fairy?
That's something from Hyrule Warriors Legends, the 3DS version.
Okay.
To be honest, I don't know myself. And yes, I should explain that right off the bat. Definitive Edition is a blend between the Wii U and 3DS releases. It is the perfect balance of the two, and the Switch version should be the only version you get of Hyrule Warriors. I'll let you know that now.
I'm told it's a better recommendation because they fixed certain mission modes, according to Ted's ranting if you haven't watched his brain scratch commentaries.
That they do. We'll explain more as we go, but we're gonna get right into it. But, yeah, this is, for one thing, all the DLC is free in this, is pretty much here in the base game. You don't have to get any DLC for a Definitive Edition.
Are we playing Skyward Sword?
Huh?
She's playing the harp in Skyward Sword.
Oh, I'll put it this way. If you've played the Zelda game, you know the plot of this game.
No.
I know,
really?
right?
I thought we were gonna face Spotty.
And here's the thing. This game has only one voice actor, and that's the narrator in between each of the stages. That's it. No one else's voice.
Even still to this day, it's still a weirdness how Link still doesn't have, like, a full-on voice acting other than his many grunts, and while some folks say that kinda counts, most of us like still to this day, even with Breath of the Wild, it's like he doesn't speak.
Speaking of which, hi Link.
It gets to like an argument where you almost want to question, do you want to hear Link talk? And we don't mean CGI, but rather, do you want to hear him talk? Like, let's be honest.
Great! I can't wait to bomb some Dodongos. My point stands.
No, I mean outside that, like, if you know they can get a good voice actor, but like in terms of on that scale, it's like, how many of us do want to hear him talk?
Then it ends up he's voiced by Matt Mercer.
Leave it.
No.
Oh no, wait, according to the law, it has to be blue hair. According to my so-called canon law, what usually happens with Matthew Mercer.
Oh look, the bad guys.
What do you say of this interpretation of info?
I would say...
Compared to any other previous info that you've seen in Zelda lore.
Well, she's still very protective of Zelda. But, she's not afraid to get into combat herself.
Also, it's kind of funny that, speaking-wise, this is the second time to seeing Link with a bit of a chainmail on his looks. The first time is Twilight Princess.
Alright. Let's get to it. So, what is Hyrule Warriors? I've never played Dynasty Warriors.
So, which in this case, no one's ever raised their hand and it's like, what's a Dynasty Warrior?
Oh, it feels good to play this game again. Like, I'm not kidding. There was a period where, for months, this was the only game I would play.
That's the same moblin from Skyward Sword.
Okay,
yes, I know what these moblins look like from the models.
Yeah, and you could believe my shock when I saw moblins in Breath of the Wild. They are nothing like this.
Each moblin in any certain Zelda game is very different in the certain incarnation.
Alright, so here's the basic thing. You're going to be mowing down enemies. A ton of enemies. To the point where you'll be over 1,000 enemies per stage.
Assuming if that's the meeting requirement. Majority of most Dynasty Wars is usually you need to go to certain towns or like certain squares that you see on your map, seize it,
yeah,
and
that is a part of
box.
it. But, I say 1,000 for a specific reason, and we'll get into that when we see it. Meanwhile, we met Proxy. Pretty much the way Link talks in this game.
Why the name Proxy?
Would you expect Navi?
No, I mean, in terms of the meaning behind the name. At least with Navi, it means Navigator, Tattle, and Tail from Majora's Mask, because of that.
Believe me, I have no idea.
I forget. I know in Phantom Hourglass there's a name for the Navi that you get in that game. I forget if there was a meaning to it or not, but this, I don't get.
Oh, and we meet one of the first new characters of this game, exclusive to Hyrule Warriors, Riding Knight Volga.
The funny thing is that the name and his move style is a bit of a mix between, I want to say, Volvagia, especially when you can see it based on the helm of his head from Ocarina of Time.
Oh, and get this, even though Volga's a male, his dragon form is female.
I forget if that's actually a callback to whether or not Volvagia is considered to be a female dragon or not.
I'm not sure. In any case, there is a lot to learn about Hyrule Warriors. I'll try to help you learn all that in due time.
Actually, the funny thing is, I think he doesn't count as a villain, question mark?
Volga?
Yeah.
That actually goes into a separate story.
But like in actual truth, it's like a mixture of sorta, but not really.
I don't want to give too much away, but you're kind of right.
I mean, he does a good first impression of being fucking badass.
Well, in terms of new characters in Hyrule Warriors, there's a total of 4 characters introduced specifically for this game. Volga's one of them.
And one of the others is something that they got away with being very loosely.
Oh, we'll get to her. We'll get to her.
To which you could say this is what inspired Xenoblade Chronicles 2. That kind of joke.
This music. Oh, I will say this. Hyrule Warriors has probably one of the best soundtracks I've heard. These are fantastically mixed.
I'll slowly get to it when I can.
Oh, just listen to music online. Like, it is good.
And that's remind me, this is only like what Link is wearing. Eventually, you're gonna change it to his default iconic tunic Link. But like,
Oh, that's...
is that a costume you can have him wear?
Yes, this is a costume you can have him permanently wear.
What's it called? Just the
Training tunic.
alien. Okay, thank you.
This one specifically if you're a lover. Anyway, there are more costumes than just this. There are costumes based off Twilight Princess, Ocarina of Time, and Sword.
Oh, I'll get to a rant in, I'll slowly get to a rant when we get to Fire Emblem Warriors.
And exclusively to the Switch version is, Link and Zelda's Breath of the Wild costumes.
But you could also get that sort of armor set in Monster Hunter Generations Ultimate, by the way.
And Skyrim. Alright, let's go get our first sub-weapon. Oops!
And what makes this game stand out, unlike other Dynasty Wars, or at least compared to Nintendo Dynasty Wars, what makes this stand out from Fire Emblem Wars is that you can have sub-weapons.
Yep, they kept that Zelda tradition.
Somewhat.
The first one we get are bombs. Oh, by the way, these sub-weapons are infinite. Use them at your leisure.
Good thing it's not limitation, because otherwise, oh boy, that'd be annoying.
Well, actually, some of the 3DS mechanics we're going to be introduced to very soon.
I mean, limitation on sub-weapons speaking.
Oh, not sub-weapons.
No, like, imagine if it did, like, that'd be a little annoying.
I mean to switching characters on the fly. Now we're Princess Zelda.
Hooray! Everyone can finally beat the Prince.
Well, introducing the 3DS version, you can control multiple characters at once. In the Wii U version, you can only play as one character. Here, you can play as many characters as the level lets you. Alright, I better do my job.
Why aren't you doing your job? Do your job, you're a princess.
Not that job.
What kind of job is that? Getting captured and being a damsel in distress? Why do all princes have to do this contract?
I believe it's called the Peach Toadstool Oath.
No, I'm pretty sure that's called Disney.
Ouch.
You know they keep doing that.
Alright. Now what we just did was we took over a keep.
Never listen to directions.
The mini squares you see, you can actually get, keeps. Take them when you can.
Think of it like Dynasty Wars' way of saying you seize a town or a castle. Pretty much all there is to say. And in some missions, you need to seize all of them.
I got this, I got this! Fire! Oh yeah, now Princess Zelda's level 2. Oh, and I'll say this: characters level up individually. Characters don't level up all at once. A little annoying, but I digress.
I'm used to it.
Gold Coachella.
I can't wait for you to enjoy. So now comes the Gold Sculptula, or as I like to call it, Anna's Mementos. Because they only appear a certain time, and if you don't collect them, they leave.
Yeah, which is why, with all the respect, you should be quiet so I can listen up.
You two, shut up.
No, not here. Nope. I hear him, but I don't see him. Oh, there he is.
In the...
Whack!
Is it always usually
Got
in the
him.
same spot?
No. Well, technically, yes.
But I mean, like, if
Depends
you're doing,
on-
like, the, like, say, story mission mode, like, say, because this is chapter 1, let's pretend to say that, it's always in the same spot in chapter 1.
Depending on your difficulty.
Okay.
There's 2 Skulltulas. One for, regular difficulties, and one exclusive to hard mode. And, hard mode is a different stipulation from the, easy and normal difficulties. Easy and normal, just kill 1,000 enemies. Hard mode, it depends.
Yep, no different from Marinus Mementos.
Back to
And as
Zelda.
for what do we mean by the second one? Oh, they range in lots of meanings.
I'm just taking this keeper Bajas, honestly. I don't need to keep it. Heyo.
Now, correct me, do you have to kill the sculptures or do you just have to press A
You
to
have
grab
to
it?
kill the Skulltulas.
Okay, that's way different from the way how in my game is.
No, you have to
But
slay
it
the
keeps the
Skulltula.
tradition. But it keeps the tradition of Ocarina of Time that you have to kill to actually get the gold coin.
No, yeah, if you don't kill the Skulltula, don't count. Oh, now we get to play as Zempa. Oh, Impa, you took some damage. Also, this Impa carries a giant knife and wields it like a champ.
That's a fucking great sword is what it is. Like a claymore.
Oh, and along the way you'll be collecting materials. Grab as many of them as you can.
Yes.
With materials,
We'll get to it at the end of this mission.
yeah, but with materials you can basically upgrade your character. In terms of, oh, jeez.
In terms of OGs.
I was near an outpost. Anyway, as I was saying, it's used to give you combos, to upgrade your stats. Okay, now we get to call the Great Fairy. Which, yeah.
Can we not?
We have to. Think of her as the Deus Ex Machina for almost every stage. Without her, we would have lost.
Considering when does the Great Fairy have this kind of power compared to like in other Zelda games? Like,
Bye, Zelda. And it's still as creepy as normal.
Ocarina of Time, Great Fairy! I'm happy.
Oh, guess what? She's one of Link's weapons.
Yes.
You
Yes.
can unlock her as
Yes.
a weapon.
Yes. Yes.
I'm not
Yes.
sure when I can, but I will definitely show it off when I get the chance. Yeah, out of all the characters, Link has the most amount of weapons.
I don't know why. I find it almost strangely funny to just see Gorons wearing armor. I'm just not used to seeing them wearing actual
I can show it
iron
off here.
armor.
I can show it off here. Materials come in 3 varieties: bronze, silver, and gold. They come in these packs. Grab them if you see them. Because I don't believe they go with you if you beat the stage and don't collect the items.
Nope.
You. Okay.
Bronze are common materials, which if I had to compare this to like any games, usually it's just from like the typical like common enemies. Silver depends on like between the common enemies slash certain enemies, and gold can be in the certain enemies.
Speaking of certain enemies, King Dodongo. Oh, by the way, the giant
You sound
boss
like
battle team, the boss
You sound like
team
an
in this game,
upgrade.
the boss teams in this game are remixes of Ocarina of Time's boss teams.
Gotta say, like, Dodongo got a big makeover compared to in each incarnation.
Believe it or not, there's 2 different versions of King Dodongo. This is the common one. But there's one version we might get a look at later. Anyway, with this King Dodongo, after he breathes fire, look at him inhaling air. Once you do, throw bombs, slam. The key to giant bosses,
Destroy their
weak
guard.
points.
Slay the weak points and destroy their guard.
Yep. The best way to do that is to unleash combos. And what you do, that's massive damage. Oh, Joey, you know it. I'm ready to bounce with the Dongos. Oh, I can't say this. The bosses do take damage unstunned, but it's like very minimal damage. Like, it's like chip damage.
And that's only in your current level stage, not counting if you were to do this in a much higher level.
Oh, absolutely. My favorite combo with Link is when he slashes 3 times and does the spin slash. That's my personal favorite. Aww. Let's go, come on. Hey, I beat 2009. He's not attacking me, so I'm just gonna keep jumping him.
At the very least, you're close to level 3.
Well, that attack actually worked. I did not expect that attack to work. Oh, wait! Ooh, material! I need it! I need it! I need the material! I need it! Thank you. No! Now, in terms of Hyrule Warrior stages itself, it can range from anywhere between 20 to possibly 40 minutes. The stages can take a while. So, you need to be prepared ready to take on the stages. Especially when you're at your base level. Also, Impa, where'd you grab that tunic? So I just had this carrying with me. Yeah, to be
like
yes.
where did you hide this? In my pocket. What pocket?
Yeah, Pichu, to answer your question, this is what I thought Impa normally looked like.
No.
The Triforce is the
No.
I know.
Ever since I want to say, I believe Ocarina of Time that started the whole Impa thing. Each incarnation of Impa, along with that, is always vastly different.
Wait.
One she is a Sheikah, the other she could be like a giant lady, and another moment she could be like this.
Pichu, what's this?
But in every
I hear
age,
narration,
a hero,
and it's voice
clad in
acting.
green, would restore peace to the land.
Why is it only for narrations?
Imagine if Ocarina of Time had a remake where it actually had voice acting narration for when they described the Triforce and all creation.
Sealing each away to finally break the cycle of destruction.
Here's the thing. This is the end-all, be-all, definitive edition for Hyrule Warriors. I doubt it's ever going to get a remake.
The final fragment was sealed in a sacred temple.
Does this game need a remake?
Imprisoned
No.
by the blade of evil's bane.
Especially when you already remade this on the Switch by adding both games into one.
I was going to say, this is technically the second remake. Okay, yeah, we beat the stage. Oh, nice! EXP Plus. I totally need that. Keep the Toggle's Claws. So these are the items we get. And this is the point for gold Skulltulas. For every gold Skulltula you get a piece of an illustration. Collect all the illustrations. Let me try again. Get all the illustration pieces for a specific illustration. You get a bonus level.
Artwork, basically.
Basically, but you do get extra stages. And now we got free mode, adventure mode, challenge mode, and the gallery. And we immediately got the Breath of the Wild tunic. Oh, look, achievements.
Well, you know what we have to do. We gotta do achievements.
Yeah, you know what else we need to do? Go to the bazaar.
What's a bazaar?
Where you level up your warriors.
In a Zelda game.
Oh, wait. Actually, Pichu? Never mind. Not 4 characters. 5 characters. I honestly forgot you were here. I'm sorry, Winkle.
How dare you forget her? She's the most important character in this game. Get out of here, Will.
I'll get out of here when we get to her story mode.
Can we just say it was a big what the heck that they finally did this? It's just like, okay.
Anyway, we'll get to her when we get the chance. Her story mode isn't for a while.
Hey look, Will, it's everyone's favorite character. I see her right there. Especially Ted's favorite character.
We'll get to all of them soon. Alright, so when you're in the bazaar, utilize the badges. The badges are what you do to get combos, stat boosts, anything like that. Do it when you can. However, keep in mind, it will take rupees for you to unlock the, to upgrade these characters. Not unlock, that's adventure mode.
And boy, where do we begin with Fire Emblem Warriors?
I'll learn that soon enough.
No, I mean, this looked like it's so much less than compared to Fire Emblem Warriors. If you so much as complete all the characters, you're just gonna question your sanity as to why you did this.
Alright, so yeah, for the first part, we're mainly gonna focus on the story mode. We might switch to adventure mode here and there on longer parts, but for now, let's just continue with the story mode.
And as we go from the castle to Death Mountain.
Not Death Mountain.
Oh, no, you know what I mean, like in a comparison speaking to like the equivalent of let's go to Death Mountain right now.
But the beast was only ever intended as a distraction. The army of monsters had taken.
Okay, so I'll say this: bosses take 2 forms: giant battles and warrior battles. Warrior battles, you pretty much fight against the playable warriors. Giant bosses, you fight bosses like King Dodongo and others, which we'll get to later.
Although the battle had been lost,
in fact, I imagine by the end of this part, we're going to meet 3 of the giant battles.
She bestowed upon him a green tunic, the sign of the legendary hero.
And look at that, Will's already tackled 3 divine beasts.
Worthy of the honor, but he was determined to help Impa and her remaining soldiers locate Zelda. Weeks passed.
Too soon?
Impa heard a rumor
Too soon.
that a handful of soldiers were holding out against the monsters in Farron Woods.
Yeah, I'm not gonna say too much on Adventure to Ask. I'm not gonna spoil Will on how the Divine Beasts act and play. I want him to figure it out by himself, just like how I did.
Decided to make their way to the forest by way of the Elden Caves. A path.
Alright, we're off to the Elden Caves.
Because honestly, if I were to ruin the moment right here and just tell Will outright how to tackle these Divine Beasts, it would just ruin the magical moment of just how unique this is. Compared to how most traditional Zelda games are.
Alright, so before we start the stage, I'll show this off. You have a 60-minute time limit in order to complete the stage. Trust me, as long as you do everything right, you'll never time out of stages.
Question.
Yes?
Is there a ranking?
What do you mean by ranking?
As in, do you need to beat this within like a certain time limit, defeat all the enemies, yada yada, not get hit too much?
Oh, Pichu. We'll get to that when we get to adventure mode.
I mean, ask me right now. I want you to answer this right now.
That was my answer. Wait till adventure mode.
Oh boy. It's the same as Chinese.
Now, when you get to the startup screen, you'll have certain things, like you'll have current status, victory conditions, and defeat conditions. This screen is optional, but it can be really good.
It's not bad. It
also,
just depends on which ones you clearly like to fuck up a lot.
Also, you can change your background music. At any time, the more songs you unlock, you can change the background music.
So instead of Death Mountain music, you can just play it to the equivalent of Lost Woods while in a volcano.
Yep.
You can kill the mood in many places. It's the best game ever.
Alright, now this is one cool thing about the Elden Caves. The Elden Caves actually has two versions of the song. One when you're in the lava section, and another when you're in the crystal version.
I'm trying to remember where Elden Cave came from. Was it Skyward Sword, or was it...
I don't know too much about Zelda lore. Not enough to give you a complete answer. But look, we're fighting skeletons!
I'm pretty sure that was not in Twilight Princess.
But look, we're fighting skeletons!
Alright, that reminds me. Did you bought skeletons in Breath of the Wild?
I did.
Okay.
They look nothing like this. Also, I can take their RVs and weapons.
No, these are the sculptulas that... These are the same skeletons that are pretty much from Ocarina of Time.
Yeah, I know that. I know that.
If it wasn't obvious that you highlighted. Hey, at least you're learning some of these things as you're highlighting them.
Also, I'm gonna take some time and get the bottom key. You never know when I'll need it.
So, with the sub-weapons, are you forced to throw 5 bombs at once?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, when you're using a sub-weapon, the animation you're using is what you're forced to use.
Like, can you only toss 1 bomb, or does it always has to show the animation of 5 bombs?
It always shows the animation. Always.
Again, if this was like limitation where you only have 30 bomb back, only like 30 bombs to toss, I'd be like, no, why am I wasting 5 bombs at once? Come on, that's the only time you can use times.
These are essentially mini bosses. They're known as generals. They're a bit more, they're a bit harder to get. But they
depending on some situations, either they could be the ones guarding the certain seizing areas, or they could just be random generals just roaming about. That either is A, not technically necessary to kill, but you should just kill nonetheless, because otherwise they could just fuck up your areas.
There we go. Elton, I believe, gave a Twilight Princess, since there's Elton Bridge. Possibly. But as far as the caves themselves. Because Elden Bridge is in Hyrule Warriors.
The thing is, I don't remember this being on fire.
I could make a really obvious joke, but I'll choose not to.
Now there's a moment where a certain bridge gets on fire because it's covered in oil.
Hello, Dark Wizard. I know your name, but you can't say it yet because I put up the character for you. You know my least favorite character in this entire game.
Even with the image, it makes you want to think it looks like a Vadi 2.0. Sorry, you don't play Zelda.
Alright, bomb shoes on the way. Alright, I need to get that keep at the top. Go. Beat him up, beat him up, beat him up, beat him up.
Now, here's my question. When they mention the gold sculptures, do they tell you what area it's at in your map?
There is a web on the map. That is your general location. They never tell you specifically where the sculpture is. It'd honestly be a little easy if they could.
Oh, you're gonna be happy with Fireland Warriors then.
Alright, that's 500. Oh, I need to be careful though. I need to be careful. I'm at 899 enemies already. If I get 1,000, the sculpture appears automatically. So I need to be really careful. I do need to take care of those pose up there, though. I'm probably gonna end up taking out 1,000 enemies anyway, so please, please let the sculpture be near me.
Oh, please let it be far away from Will.
That's the Zafos. That's 1,000. Alright. Where is it? Oh. Something else about the sculptures. They won't appear until the current text is done. Once all the text is done...
that can be a bit of an annoying nitpick right there, that sometimes you have to wait for things in order to activate. Especially when they say, hey, enemy boss door is open. That can be a bit of a nitpick.
Oh,
especially when you...
Okay, I'll need you to try these. I'm gonna be saying that all the time for gold sculptures, by the way. With all due respect.
No, it's like, Peter, shut up.
Do you want me to complete this game or not?
Do you want me to speak at all?
I mean, yes, but...
It's like, yes, but no, but
oh,
yes.
I know this one. Okay, so sometimes sculptures will be hidden behind sub-weapon barriers. Like here, he was under a bombable rock. You're good now.
Now, that can be an annoying nitpick in like any of that. So it's like, you just wish the text boxes would just hurry up. Just so that way you can say, hey, this thing is activated, go get it.
The reason I like it though is that it gives me time to realize it's coming.
I don't mind when it's just something I say, I need to get the mementos, but when it gets to like, say, mission mode of trying to get the perfect rank, and you want that boss door to open as soon as possible, you have to wait a bunch of text boxes. But it's like, alright guys, cut the chat, just open the door.
I'm gonna get this outpost captain, then we'll continue with the story. Outpost captains can give you a bit of advantage, but if the enemy takes them out, they take it over.
It's pretty much yes or no scenario, but like...
Just go for it when you see him. That's basically it.
It gives you some free material.
Oh no. Vile enemies. What shall we do? It's not like we took out 1,000 of them. Wait, but who is this mysterious warrior who wields the harp? No, but seriously though, can I just say I like seeing Sheik in HD?
This looks very more feminine than the questionable gender to say Ocarina of Time look.
I mean, I think they know at this point. They've seen Ocarina of Time. They know the big plot twist. I think it's okay to let it go a little bit.
Try telling that to Bugsy in Pokemon Crystal.
I would say I have no idea who we are, but okay.
You know the second gym leader in Generation 2?
Sort of.
Basically, the whole compilation is that even to this day, people like to argue what gender is Bugsy at. Some say it's a boy, some say it's a girl.
So
But
basically, no confirmation.
To the point where you can do a joke where it's like, you know how in the intro of First Generation where Professor Oak is like, "Alright, are you a boy or a girl?" And then it just shows both Bugsy and he's like, "Alright then, let's see." And he just stares at Bugsy. If it was my opinion, that's like, I don't know.
Whatever works for the plot.
What plot, considering it's a gym leader?
You never know.
Considering you don't get many
chest
gym
open.
leaders that take action outside their gyms, that says a lot in the early generations.
Now, an important thing to note, there are also a couple chests and heart containers that unlock in certain stages. However, those chests require specific characters. You don't have
For
that
some
character, you're not
reason.
opening that chest.
For some reason.
Well, this goes into heart containers as well, because along with leveling up, you can also collect heart containers and heart pieces to level up your health. However, sometimes they can only be acquired by specific characters. Some
Like
get a
I
heart
said,
piece,
for
some get a full
some
piece.
reason.
Oh, summoner. Alright,
Stay
summoners.
away from the summoner!
Yeah, summoners were, I believe, introduced in Hyrule Warriors Legends. Basically, they summon warriors. That's it. That's their only purpose.
You're a bad man!
Alright, I believe this is Oh, assault troops. Alright, assault troops pretty much hijack your keeps and do a lot of damage to them. They'll take them out, you're gonna fall. And the green bar that we see there is your magic meter. When it's full, you pretty much get a stat boost and do massive damage. And at the end, you'll even do a special specific attack for each character. Let's see. Alright. Sheik's turn. I forget where the spirit was. It's gonna bother me now.
Over there.
There we go. Well, in that area, yes, but...
You can tell where I'm pointing.
Yes, you're pointing wander over yonder.
That way you're not playing Wonderful 101.
Thankfully.
Because you want to keep reminding me how good that game is, despite how many times you keep dying.
I'm not that good at platinum games.
It's a good game, I swear. I swear, Bayonetta is a good game. Dies to almost every teammate that you play.
No. Bayonetta's a good game. Dies to every quick time event. And that's a chest. And this chest can only be opened by Link. Link, get over here. Well, that was easy. And just like that, Link got a heart piece. Which, by the way, you only need 4. Oh, assault troops made it to the keep. That's not good. Oh, nice.
Is it your home-based keep or is it just a regular keep?
It's a regular keep.
It's nothing to worry about.
Yeah. Home keeps aren't introduced until chapter 3. Hey, that's a summoner.
Stay away from the summoner.
Too late, the summoner's dead.
You bad man.
Deal with it.
I'm never gonna stop quoting that.
I have no idea what you're quoting, so I'll just leave it at that.
Final Fantasy X.
Oh, why did I forget that?
You can never forget that. Like, do I need to show you a clip montage of everyone who goes and talks to that woman? And I mean a lot of people that talk to that old woman.
I found the spirit of the caves. It's just a real pub. Get him, ninja!
Go, ninja, go, ninja, go!
Wrong game. Wrong series. Not cool as ice.
Can I ask where did that technically originally came from? Of the source? Because I know everyone's gonna think.
Secret of the Ooze. That's where it came from.
And you're 100% sure on that.
Uh-huh.
So I remember it came from like a commercial.
Nope.
At one point. No, he's like in later generations. It came to where it's like you hear it. I want to say you hear it at a commercial, and then the infamous Metal Gear Rising Revengeance. And you hear it from a random Mexican kid who just says that. Despite the fact, according to as far as voice acting goes, you have what sounds like an adult trying to imitate a kid's voice.
Yep.
And half my mind, I wish I was lying, because the way how the kid just talks out of nowhere when you're sort of rescuing him, it just seems so weird and out of place. And this is coming from the infamous scene in Metal Gear Rising Revengeance that Johnny loves to wear that costume.
Olé.
Not saying I want them to play the game, but if they could ever LP it, I want Johnny in charge. He has to wear that for the entirety of the LP.
I would want him to do that game, except I'm not sure how stingy Konami would be.
It's a costume.
No, I meant of Revengeance in general.
Considering that Konami really doesn't know what they're doing. And honestly, at some point, people are gonna slowly want to take the entire company down and replace it with better people.
Well, I mean, they did release that Castlevania PS4 collection.
Yeah, exactly which collection are we speaking of in terms of their definition of good to what we think is good?
Rondo of Blood and Symphony of the Night.
That's only 2.
To people, that's more than enough.
Oh yes, which I'm not gonna say that they're wrong, but like it makes it a weird left-leaning how it's like you only remember the PlayStation 1 games and not even mention, like, not saying that, oh, the PS2 games don't count, but it gets to where it's like no one even talks about the PS2 Castlevania games.
Yeah, technically I would have to say you're wrong though, because Rondo of Blood was never released on PS1. Rondo of Blood was another one. The point you're thinking of
The illusion of pretending to say it's on a PlayStation 1. The illusion of it.
Yeah, you say illusion, medieval wizard.
Remember how you sort of play Rondo of Blood temporarily in Symphony of the Night? A very abridged version of it.
That's how I defeated Dracula all those years ago and destroyed it once and for all. That's BS!
Not even a one-on-one, like, adaptation of the book.
Yeah, I mean even Wizard. This is Wizro, my most hated character in the game.
You mean everyone's least favorite character in the Zelda series? Right next to Dark Knight.
I was gonna say, Wizro's a Hyrule Warriors exclusive character.
Oh, you haven't met the Wizros in Breath of the Wild!
I have not.
Have fun!
Now to finish this guy off. Or not. Fine, I'll finish him off with this.
And you just bring out holy water. Wait, what game am I playing again?
Also, characters love to talk about when you get to enemy numbers. Like that, we got 2,000. Link's like, wow, I didn't know you did that with you. Like,
Yeah,
thanks, Link.
that's the one thing that Dynasty Wars likes to do. Have your characters talk a lot in some moments, such as, hey look, you seized the throne. Huh, alright, time for the next one. Like, they get so many text boxes that it never shuts up. Not that to say it's annoying, but like, when you're doing something as, say, again, complete the mission mode, you just want them to cut to the chase so you can just get the enemy base open, defeat it as quickly as possible.
Alright. Sheik's now level 5.
Congratulations, Sheik is now ready to be a starter Pokemon.
Oh, this is important. When characters emit a green ring around them with low health, walk up to the ring, you automatically heal them to full health. This is important because there are specific missions where if too many people left the battle, that's it. Game over.
Did you waste a potion?
No.
Oh.
Yeah, no. You don't waste a potion if you heal other characters. You do have potions in you for personal health, but they are limited. And again, that goes into the leveling up system.
Oh, so many I have to compare and contrast in this game.
Let's see. Alright, so once Link gets here, we'll be all set. We're done. That's it. We are done with stage 2. Not bad, not bad. We beat 2 stages in under an hour.
Well, that was exhausting work.
If we combine our efforts, Hyrule may be rescued. Yeah, can I just ask, what's the point of Sheik again?
I know in Ocarina of Time it was supposed to be used as an allusion to the skies herself by being close to Ganon.
Yeah, okay, whatever.
This is based on the manga speaking.
Oh yeah, I forgot there was a manga.
Oh, wait a minute, it's why when anyone who mentions about Volvagia, there's a bit of a dark thing that makes it very sad with Link, because according to that, Volvagia was a pet that Link sort of kept, but slowly returned it back to the wild. And it's supposed to be the very same Volvagia that you fight in Death Mountain.
Yikes. Yikes.
So you can imagine how heartbreaking that is.
Alright, stage 3. But first, level up. Oh, okay, and we just got another weapon for Link, the Magic Rod. So when you get more weapons, you're able to level up a lower path. Yeah. Alright. Also, I can talk about this briefly. Stages have elemental strengths and weaknesses. They depend on the weapon you choose, and honestly, it barely means nothing. You can completely ignore it. I'm gonna be completely honest with that. Alright. Faron Woods.
Oh good, I know that one. That's literally the Twilight Princess.
Yep. Oh, and
his
later
allies were
in the
saved from
stage,
dangers of
it's gonna play a
Elven
track from
caves
Twilight
by a
Princess.
mysterious youth named Sheik. Joined by
Called
new
Twilight
ally,
Princess.
Impa's
What?
troops exited the caves and emerged in Faron Woods.
No.
There,
I'll let you know what it is when we get to it.
Overcome
I'll let you
these
know what it is when
monsters.
we get to it.
While
Also,
Link and
this is
Impa
the
wanted
appearance
to
of the Great
continue
Deku
their search
Tree.
for Zelda, they could not
The
ignore
only
plight of
appearance of the
villagers.
Great Deku Tree.
Without hesitation,
Which, fun
they
fact,
sprang
there is no
into battle.
Deku Tree in Twilight Princess.
Okay.
You can make the illusion to pretend to say where the Deku Tree would be in terms of how big you want to make the continuity, how this takes place after events of Ocarina of Time, but that would be very hard to figure out where.
Yeah, we'll get to that later. But in this stage, we actually get to meet my favorite character in the game.
Agatha?
Lana. No, not Agatha.
Now these are the imp minions from Twilight Princess.
Yep. Oh. And his character. I don't know why, but she's my favorite in the game.
They will.
What?
Impa's eyes on her chest.
Believe it or not, that chest piece is one of the items you can get from her. And it's
You
called
know what that
Impa's
means?
breastplate.
Grab, grab.
Implant. No. Implate.
Grabby grab, grabby grab.
And honestly, the magic rod, one of my favorite weapons for like. Uh-oh. Deku Babas. That means it's poisonous. I'm gonna go ahead and take some keys. I know exactly where I have to go, but I'm gonna take a little bit. Yep. Booyah! Keep boss. There we go. I gotta go around. Nope, I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. Nope. I'm going around. Alright, just have to go here, I believe. Yep, here's the chest. Alright, meet our second sub-weapon. The bow and arrow.
Well, where's the silver arrows?
Non-existent.
But we need to beat Ganon by shooting 5 silver arrows.
No
You don't
silver
get the
arrows.
meaning, do you?
Oh, I get it. But
Okay,
no.
good.
Yeah, no silver arrows.
I would have laughed if that was a thing in Breath of the Wild, despite how there is no silver arrows. That would be fucking hilarious. It's like, my god, is this a slight remake to the original?
Now, the arrows are best to take out Deku Babas, but they can also stun some enemies if hit. Like so. However, the stun time is very small. Very small.
You know, to mess with Lon, it's like, oh, you say you're a sorceress, so is Link. What makes you say that, Ron?
Look at my magical stick.
Somehow Link mastered it in a matter of seconds.
Right,
and he only knows how to use a sword. Can you technically take on the Deku Babas anyway without the bow, or no?
Nope. You need
There
the
it
arrows. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. It's the favorite enemy of the game. It's the Gyptos. Why are they your favorites? Easy. They get stuck. Like that.
I was gonna say I could scream, but people are home.
I would scream, but that's exactly what
No, just to emphasize the example of why.
I know.
Sadly, I need my room to be soundproof.
Alright, and now the Deku Tree is pretty much our home base. If you reach your home base at any point, that's it. Game over. In my opinion, the Fire Rod has one of the best A attacks. Just because they go straight forward. It's not in a full circle, you don't have to worry about that. Just shoot straight forward and bam!
You just summon a mini fire dragon.
Yep, that's your A attack.
So that's Sin's fire.
That was...
Zelda joke.
I know it is. I'm trying to figure out if it's true or not. Oh, just in the Deku Tree. I'll let Sheik open it. She's right there. All right, the ocarina.
Why is it gold?
It's not the ocarina time.
Why is it gold?
It's not the ocarina time.
Why is it gold? It's not blue.
Because
This
it's not the
blasphemy.
ocarina time.
This is fake news, is what it is.
Anyway, the ocarina allows you to teleport to an owl statue. If at any point you want to go to owl statue, use the ocarina, bam! You're immediately at that point.
That's a callback to Majora's Mask.
Yep.
Which, by the way, is so convenient, especially in Majora's Mask.
Oh, it's much better here. Much better here. Because, like I said, this is 3DS. It was not in the original version. Oh, I'm over 1,000 of these. Oh shoot. Oh shoot. Impa, I need you. Where is it? Oh, I think I know where it is. I'll go over here. There it is! Oh! Oh! The Gilgo was right there! The Gibdo almost made me lose my gold stone one. Uh-oh. Speaking of which, a Gibdo's inside the base. There we go. Okay. Also, something to keep in mind, in terms of the home keep, it never regenerates health. If it loses health, it loses health for good. Oh, and now the Deku tree's on fire. The whole tree is on fire! And there's your awkward reference.
Everything's on fire! Is this Angel Island Zone Act 2?
I don't know, did we drown?
That depends. Are you mad that sucks at playing Knuckles mode?
Oh, and yeah, as it's on fire, it slowly loses health, so you need to hurry up.
Like, Link, put it out with your rod! I can't! It only knows fire!
What good is that?
Haven't you heard of put out when you take on fire with fire? No, that's a dumb idea!
No, but I heard of taking out damage with fire. You know, because you use fire to take out water. Alright. Might as well take out the different. And I'm level 10. Alright. Let's go Sheik. She's near our Gibdo right now. Ooh, that's
It makes it funny to think how the Gyptos to this day are mostly used in 3D, and barely are they ever used in 2D to some extent. I think the closest thing I want to say was, Link's Between Worlds and Triforce Heroes.
Oh god, I forgot the Great Fairy can speak. I forgot the Great Fairy can speak.
Bitch, why aren't you in my phone?
Dude, you know I'm the Deus Ex Machina. Get over here.
Bitch, you know I can solve this. Get over here.
How many times have I told you? Use me. I'm not here just to watch.
You think I'm here just to blow wind at you?
No, let's give though. Don't leave us to this fire. You realize there's something called water, right?
You're a sorceress. You mean you can't know how to make water?
Listen, that was introduced until Kingdom Hearts 3. You can't blame me on that one.
No, but like, you know how like there can be some arguments where it's like you're a sorceress or a mage. You think you don't know like each and every element at some point. Just the way how she's just like moving her finger like that. It's like, come closer, Link.
You shall receive punishment for not using me right away. I'm here for a reason. Silly. Oh, wait, what's this? I hear Kakariko Village. This is Twilight Princess. No, but for real though, I was honestly shocked when I heard Kakariko Village for the first time. Ah, oh, so good. Alright. We can deal with Ridge Road, but I want to take out this key. Now, as far as key health bars, they go down two ways. Taking out minions and taking out the general. The general takes up the most amount of health out of the key. So, keep that in mind. Ugh.
And depending on in some games that you play, usually it's the idea that you have to always take care of the general, because if you don't take care of the general, then you can't seize the fort.
Well, luckily in this game you can take it even without the general. Material. Go. Might as well show this off. Use magic. Booyah! Oh, that's an Impa chest. Impa, get over here.
I like how they mentioned that here's the face icon that you need to have in order to do this.
Yep.
Like, why can't I open this chest? Well, you see, it has this face on here. But why can't I open it? I'm the thief. Yeah, but, Link can only open it. What? Why?
Are you the hero of time? No.
No, but I'm a thief. My specialty is opening picklocks and chests.
No. No. Then it turns out he's the hero of Twilight. I'm sorry. You're the wrong hero. Piece of a heart. Nice. Right,
now, if that was the case, I want you to meet Impa from Skyward Sword.
Oh, you mean giant hat lady? I know about that Impa.
A giant hat lady whose hair is basically a tit. Now, like when you get bored on that, it's like,
and Lizzo left right away. Wow, he's a coward.
Now, what was your thought when you slowly discovered that was that very Impa?
What the heck? But enough about that. We have a boss fight. It's the spider crab. Goma. Gee, I wonder how we're gonna take out Goma.
Spider!
Or crab thing.
Now it's a spider.
Really?
All Gomas in every incarnation is always an arachnid spider.
Even Wind Waker?
Yes.
Huh.
It counts as an arachnid. No, it counts as an arachnid in this type of that kind of bug.
I can leave Goma alone for now. I need to get these keeps out. Lana right there. Why don't we take out the giant eye? Feel like I have been doing? Oh! And Goma just infiltrated the Deku Tree. Let's use this. Now something cool that I can show off, specifically magic attacks, which is why I'm going to recommend you save them for boss fights. If you use it right away, along with the day attack, you can automatically stun any boss at any general. And with that, mission complete. Also, this Link is unique because he has a blue scarf. I don't know why they added a blue scarf, but sure, why not? Well, enough about emotion. How about some story?
For generations, Hyruleans have told the tale of the war across the ages. This is how it begins.
Hylian lore! Can you read all that?
Forests,
Nope.
Nope, it went.
lies. A great sorceress watched over the balance of the Triforce.
Also, yeah, this plot is totally not made up, I swear.
Through her magic, she could see
Sure, it's
past
not.
ages,
Just like how Low Rule doesn't
able
exist.
to read the fates of all who lived, but never interfering.
My name is Hilda, and I have failed you in every way.
Oh, that's a great business card.
That is, until a unique soul caught her attention.
Honestly, just the way how that introduction goes is just... What?
The soul of the hero of legend, eternally reborn when Hyrule's
I do
name is
have to
greatest.
appreciate the art style for this narration,
very
let's be
pretty.
honest.
Very pretty.
I want to say it could be like a callback to, I want to say
Through her
between...
powers, the sorceress
Minish
should
Cap
have seen that
art
the hero was
style?
bound to another.
of how
Instead,
the
she saw
narration
only a
is
soul
going.
that was unlike any she had known.
Like between that and maybe like the art style trying to do like as cutesy as like Wind Waker.
Aw, the
And while
sorceress
the
is
sorceress
jealous.
was preoccupied,
She wants Link.
a fragment of darkness
And oh boy, does
locked
she
in
want
its
Link.
prison saw an opportunity. The
Is that
whispering
really
darkness
what we're
wormed its
going
way
with?
into her heart.
As to why she's the villain?
It pushed the light
Yeah.
away and warped her curiosity
because of
into a
love
desperate
interest?
desire to possess the
Because of a
legendary
high school
hero's
crush.
soul.
You know, it's funny how technically this wouldn't be the first time of certain assumptions, considering
Of course,
you dare
this
want to
evil
mention
had
Twilight
its own
Princess and how
desires.
some of us
To use the
wanted to make it
Triforce
look
to
like as
resurrect
if
itself and
what's
conquer
her
Hyrule
name?
once again.
was going to potentially be a love interest
Having
for Link,
pushed the
despite how
light
it's
from her
always
heart,
meant to be with
The
Zelda.
darkness compelled her to open the Gate of Souls, the
Yep.
doorway of time itself.
It kind of loses the meaning where it's like, okay, we
Monsters
get
from
why,
across the ages
but it's
pour
like,
through the gate.
when does it stop? Like, in terms of like, I
Bringing
get
ruin
tradition
to the
that
land
at
of
some point he
Hyrule
has to protect
once
Zelda, but you're saying he has to always be with her in terms of, say, marriage? Like, love interest? You're saying Link
Not
can't
all-
have a
not-
girl of his own?
I was gonna say, not always.
No, it's like it's usually assumed at some point in the end.
Okay, now we can't get into this because it's this pretty boy, but you see that red bark times 1,000. That ability won't unlock until you kill 1,000 enemies.
You don't
So that's how that
necessarily
goes.
have to, but you can.
Yeah, most of the time you have to.
Assuming that's not the only weapon. Because where do I begin with Hyrule? Where do I begin with Fire Emblem Warriors and how the weapon system works?
Okay, and this is another important information for Gold Specialists. The more illustration pieces you get, the more your Bazaar leveled up, and the more abilities you can equip. Like, for certain Ruby points, you can actually unlock, pretty much treasure magnets. Lucky Luckies. Oh, and look who we can play as. Yeah, we're not dealing with that until later. For now, we're gonna play... this stage. Let's go to the Bazaar. I'm not looking forward to this one. I hate this stage. Man, for the boss fight. No? Let's see. Really that. Let's see. Oh, yes, I do need this. There we go. I do that. So there. Okay, so this is where you get the certain abilities I mentioned before. You get weapon drop increases, slot increases. Eventually, you'll get material increases, which you're really gonna need, especially if you're going for specific items. And finally, I can show off the training dojo. With the training dojo, you can level up to your highest character's level. So right now, that character would be Link at level 10, so I can level up Impa all the way to level 10 if I wanted to. But that does take rupees, and honestly, you should save that for the lower level. Well, it's close to higher levels, but we'll do it more later. Yeah, I might as well show off the gallery while we're here, while we're waiting for Pichu. There it is. Bags it all. Oh, man. Now with the, weapons, sometimes they get special looks. Like, for Link, his sword can, look like the Silver Sword, 8-bit sword, and most weapons have an 8-bit form. But that would be in adventure mode. So, yeah, there's that. Depending on how long it takes Pichu to get back, we might just call it here.
I'm back.
Alright. Alright, well... we might as well do the last chapter of the prologue, then we'll call it.
Prologue?
Yeah. This is all the stages we played so far are the prologue.
Neat!
In any case, we're gonna play my least favorite stage of the prologue. By God, I hate this stage. For one reason and one reason only.
The resistance in Faron Woods
The boss
was a young
fight.
sorceress named Lana. She was of the same clan as
I hate the
who had
boss in
summoned
this
the
stage.
monsters to Hyrule.
I hate it so much.
Lana had been fighting Sia's army since it arrived. Sia now sought to complete the Triforce and use it
Also,
to
yeah,
conquer
that's our
Hyrule.
villain, Sia.
Link and Impa decided to join forces with Lana to prevent further tragedy.
Lana, on the other hand, will
What's her
learn more
name?
about later.
Sia.
Woods have
Wait,
been
what? Why are you
defeated.
leaving? I want to
Sia
know
still
who this
controlled
woman's.
most of
I want to know
Hyrule.
who this boss name is. Sia.
Every day, more
Stop
creatures appear
saying you're
and
leaving.
swarm
Come
the
back.
land.
And
Link and
ironically,
Impa fought on against the darkness,
no,
sorely
I want to
missing
say
Zelda's
Sia's the
leadership.
first female
Only one
antagonist of the
solution
series.
remained.
I
Stem
want
the
to say.
tide
I'm
of
probably wrong.
Hang on.
by closing the gate of souls.
If you don't count
The heroes
in terms
headed
of
to the
just
Valley of
exclusive
Seers to put an end to
games,
the bloodshed.
technically Oracle of Ages, but that's assuming if you don't count the fact that the true final boss being Ganon, then yes.
I count true.
Otherwise-
antagonists, yeah.
But otherwise, if you just do the game exclusively, then no.
Okay, this song right here, Eclipse of the Sun, one of my favorite songs in the game. It's so good. Anyway, welcome to the Valley of Cedars.
Desert type?
What? Oh, I was just saying the stage's name. Valley of Cedars.
Desert type.
Oh, you're only saying that because that's a Hyrule Warriors exclusive stage.
Pretty much. This is no callback to anything. This is virtually exclusive, as from what I'm seeing.
Uh-huh.
Is that a good thing or a bad thing?
I would say good.
Depends on your taste. Depends on your taste if you don't mind the uniqueness of this area.
I'm gonna say mainly good, just because of the fact that there really are exclusive stages in this game. They're not completely Beamos. Beamos are annoying. Taking all the bombs. Dark Nuts.
Well, that sounds nice to say.
Oh, Vulgus here.
Which means, depending on how you play Twilight Princess, either they could be the hardest enemies to take down, or quite easy if you know how to remove their armor. It's kind of like a 1-360 scenario.
Oh, new weapon. Nice. See what it is later, but right now Link needs to go rescue Impa. As you can see right now, we can't play as Impa or Sheep.
I do have to say, it's interesting how that so-called sealed material, like, item that you grab from the chest, it kinda almost looks like, I wanna say, like, a generic Final Fantasy crystal.
Alright, I beat the Volga. Okay, now I can play a Thanks game. Oh, and
it's like, what, you
exclusive
can't handle this by yourself?
and from the 3DS version, Volga has two assistants, a Lizafos Sheepshead and a Denafos Sheepshead.
I guess it could be a callback to how you always fight two Lizalfos mini-boss fights in Ocarina of Time and Majora's Mask.
Well, one of them is a Denafos, so...
I mean, just the generic idea how you always face two lizards as mini-bosses.
Probably.
Also, you're defeating him with a fire rod.
Yep.
Okay.
Don't question it. Never question Hyrule Warriors.
No, I'm just saying, you're taking him on with a fire rod. Alright then.
Booyah! Dark Nut's down.
What did you get for defeating the Dark Nut? A nut.
I need to take out this creep up here. Oh, it's a Beamos.
The emotes always change in each game. Usually it's a mixture between both the bombs and the bows. And sometimes you can
change Lana real quick. I forgot there's an assault troop here.
Also, you could have to like in Link to the Past. You can't technically defeat the emotes like they're invincible, which never made sense.
Yeah, I know.
But again, I want to say that's when they first appeared.
Anyway, I will say this about this is the stage where you learn to protect your home keep with your life. This is the stage where you learn that. Trust me.
It gets to a scary point where that besides conditions of trying to keep your characters alive, which depending on how you look at it from some cases, unless they really like to be as low level as possible and just like the dialogues, home bases are a different scenario in terms of fun to painful.
Oh look, the way in is protected by mines. I wonder how we're gonna cut them down.
We cut them down with tentacles?
No. No. Alright, next part of the stage, protect the engineer. So yeah, it's an escort mission.
I'm not a fan of some missions, as in Dynasty Wars, that are like a slight escort. Gimmicks of those, enemies will just pop up and just attack them, meaning that your so-called escort buddy will stop in their tracks.
Yeah. Well, technically it was an escort mission where we did the bomb shoots, but here it's another case.
And I'm getting word people are loving the Devil May Cry 5. I wonder why.
I haven't played it yet, so I can't say.
How familiar are you with 3 and 4?
Considering I stopped partway with 3, I haven't touched 4.
How much do you remember of part 3?
All I remember.
In terms of enjoying it speaking. Not in terms of the story or lore, but enjoying it speakingly.
I don't know. That's probably because I played all the games like sort of in a row. Engineer, get moving. We need to go. Oh crud! I'm near 900. I'm at 930 enemies.
Engineer, just hurry the fuck up. I'm gonna go get this gold Scoochula.
Yeah, engineer, need you to think. Actually, I have three characters to choose. Oh, and Sheik is the nearest. Oh wow, okay, this Scoochula was incredibly easy to find. Doink. That was almost too easy. I'm gonna take these people boss. There we go. Booyah! So where even is he? Oh, there he is. I see him on the mail. That engineer has not moved 5 feet! Dude, go away! Now I have to deal with, There we go. Now he's moving. now. No, you go. Hey. Enemy later. Bridge now. Okay, I'll do that. And I keep it back to us. Oh, whoa. Look at that. He actually made it. Thank you. Nah, I might as well take Lana. She's the new girl. Boop. Zap. Now all we have to do is reach Sia. Oh, but look, the path is blocked by vines. Oh no, I didn't kill him yet. Now I killed him. Alright. Pretty much here, take one of the 2 keeps. Oh, skilled summoners here though. I'm gonna take the skilled summoner out first. Oh, great, the chieftains are here. Oh great, I can play as Zippo. Sweet. That's one. Nice one. There's the chief then. Oh, he's big. I forgot how big this guy was. And you're out of here. One chieftain down, one to go. Down their gauge. Down. Nice. That's Alana. Okay. Ooh, get it?
I'm good.
Dicky good chip. We'll have to beat up some Dark Nuts, Moblins, and, you know, it works. Alright. finish up the cute boss. Nice, that's a chest. What someone will it be this time? It's the boomerang!
Best weapon in the game.
That will be for a future boss!
I can tell that Will's having fun.
Oh no! This is where this stage takes a complete 180. I hate this boss in this stage in particular. Good lord. Open the door, let's get this over with. Thank you. And there she is. See ya.
Okay, we're done.
Yep, we're done. Game over.
Not me, because you said see ya.
Huh. She has a piece of the Triforce.
Hey look, it's Pyra!
Only somehow more revealing. And which boss is she summoning? Oh, we don't know yet. There it is. It's the boss with the funniest name in the series. Give it up for Van Handema. And why is this the worst boss of the boss? He attacks your home base with rage attacks. You're on a time limit. Even more than before. Oh, just. Oh, it's machine. Alright, but they introduced the mechanic from Hyrule Warriors Legends. Pretty much get everyone near a boss, you get bonuses. Including boss metric absorbed, weak point damage up, and damage against the boss up. Alright. Let's open the chest. And she got a piece of heart. Alright, now this is something you can cool. When you're on the pause screen, you can command other warriors to go to certain areas. Over here. There we go. I'm here. Go! Beat him up, beat him up, beat him up, beat him up! Nice! Beautiful! He's almost down. Now for the annoying part. Your handler's gonna send some stocks around. It's up to you to find the right stock and take it down. And now the Allied Daisy's in terror. That's why I hate this boss. You are in a wicked time limit. If you don't find the right stock in time, consider it game over. And yes, that does include text boxes. And if I remember correctly, it's not always the same stock. Oh, you're kidding! The Allied base fell. That's immediate game over.
Next session?
No, I'm gonna try again. I've had this happen before. Pretty much.
I mean, you could just, I don't know. Can't you like level up in old missions? Like just do that like off screen or whatever. We can just do it next session.
If I have to, I'll do it like that.
No shame. I'm not gonna shame you.
Yeah, that's the thing though. This boss is horrible because if you don't hurry up.
Yeah, what do I explain in Fire Emblem Warriors of a certain annoying chapter in my mind that I'll explain to you in details when you get to that.
Again. Oh, that's why there's a ton of. Dude, yeah, it makes it being assaulted by other. Wow, okay. Sheesh. I wonder why it's going down so quick. Here's the day, I'll try one more time. If it doesn't work, for tomorrow's session, I'll just, yeah. I'm gonna go for the LA base first. If I can take out the enemies in well enough time, we should be okay. That is, if I can get to it. Alright. I gotta hurry up. I took out the dark nuts, so that should be a help.
So basically you don't have to restart from the beginning?
No, you can restart from your last checkpoint.
Oh my fucking god, this game is way better.
Now that we found the real Mahendala, we're crushed on time.
Oh,
Hey,
I
look
get
at that,
it.
we died.
That.
We still lost.
Next session?
Next session. I hate this boss so much. Alright, well,
Feed me, Seymour!
here's the thing. Not a bad first session.
Except that.
Yeah, except that. You know, 95% was okay. The last 5, yeah, give or take. Alright, but next session, which will be tomorrow, we'll finish up the prologue and, maybe dive into a little bit of the adventure mode. We'll see.
Did someone say dive?
Dive, not die.
No, did someone say dive?
Good night.